Why do humans do what we do? Do we carefully plan all decisions? Or are there factors in society that shape our behavior? According to behavioral psychologists, society pressures us to adopt certain views. Conformity is the act of altering behaviors or beliefs to fit social norms. This is often caused by group pressure, whether actual or perceived. Conformity can be positive or negative depending on the context of the situation. Conformity falls into two categories: normative and informational. Normative influence occurs when an individual adapts to fit in because they fear rejection or ostracism. Informational influence occurs when an individual finds themselves in an ambiguous or unfamiliar situation and looks to the group for guidance in their behavior. Harvard psychologist Herbert Kellman identified three additional types of conformity: compliance, identification, and internalization. Of these three, compliance has the weakest influence on long-term habit changes. It describes change in external action while possibly retaining internal beliefs. Compliance was famously tested by Ash in 1951. Identification describes the attempt to fit the expectation of a social role or emulate a role model. It has a stronger influence on habits than simple compliance. Internalization, which involves making external and internal changes consistent with one's own value system, has the strongest influence on long-term habits. Today, America is facing an epidemic, with obesity, heart disease, and other chronic illnesses on the rise across the nation. How do we get others to idealize a healthful lifestyle? Can conformity be an ally to this goal? And are there potential dangers in imposing your will on others? Conformity may be used to accomplish things for the wrong reasons. For example, much of the diet industry attempts to conform people to a certain beauty standard in order to sell products, exploiting the hopes and dreams of millions to make a quick dollar. But health professionals can use social pressure and the principles of conformity to promote healthy habits and lifestyles for their clients or patients. We may incorporate group exercises into training routines, identify potential external role models to appeal to the principle of identification, or, most importantly, use informational influence to act as knowledgeable resources to clients. However, we must always be careful not to coerce others too much or push them too far where they create unrealistic or unhealthy expectations or injure themselves.